course, we all know what time of year it is. We find ourselves in the midst of another election season. But this election is like none before it. The stakes have never been higher. The issues facing our country, our species, our planet are dire. We have an incompetent racist as a president. Wealth inequality is at an all-time high. Americans can barely make ends meet. Our fellow citizens are dying from lack of health care. Our government wages ceaseless, meaningless wars overseas while arms manufacturers profit off of the death of thousands. Our political process is owned by a handful of billionaires. Our planet, our only home, is being pushed to the point of ecological collapse by a system that puts profit before the environment. But this doesn't have to be our future. Another world is possible. The struggles we face are like none before. We need a president unlike any other. A president unafraid to tackle the system that threatens our way of life and continuity as a species. That president is Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders! This is a man who has fought us to get us off the path of empire and ruin for the last 30 years. A man who has always put humanity before profits and the status quo. Sorry, guys. But Bernie can't do it alone. The odds are stacked against him. Every piece of establishment machinery is oiled and ready to fight against the tide of his revolution, our revolution. If we're going to win this fight, if we're going to take back our country and save our planet, it will be up to each of us to contribute to this revolution. Now is the time to mobilize. Now is the time to dig trenches, to hit the streets, to make phone calls, to talk with our neighbors, our colleagues, our friends, to knock doors and make our vision of economic and environmental justice a reality.
That's right.
I am a single father, a working class writer, a poet, a podcaster, and an entrepreneur. Every day of life, I am working to pursue my dreams. But still, I find the time to serve my country by organizing for the revolution. I do this so children like my daughter can have a bright future to live in. I ask you, what will you say when your children and grandchildren ask what you did to bring about the revolution? What will you tell them? Now is the time to wield the power of democracy. Now is the time to take back our country. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senator Bernie Sanders to the stage.
First Lady of America.